All right, so let's look at some degenerate picks. Now, I've talked about long before. Remember, there's eggs that you can earn, which will have a reveal of a dragon. We're in the year of the dragon. This is definitely a degenerate pick, but the 404 narrative, I feel like, has never taken off other than from Pandora, which you can see right up here at the top. And I'm just kind of looking for which one is going to be the next. And I know a lot of people that have bought into this project personally, the people who are involved, and they're all legit people. So, you know, it is degenerate. It's something that I think definitely can do well, but long is one of those projects where if it pops off, it's a 100x potential, and if it doesn't, it could go to 0. So there's risk and reward that we're playing with degenerate picks. That's why we call them degenerate or casino picks. You put your capital in, you don't go too crazy. This one, if you want to go crazy, you buy 1 million tokens so you can get an egg. But again, there's risk and reward here, so definitely think about that before you start. All right, another one I talked about in my personal group was Jensen. Now, I didn't know exactly what was going to happen here, but we were talking about it kind of on this candle right down here, and I had no idea what it was going to do next. This thing actually really hard mooned. It went up like 10x from the bottom. You know, it came to me actually from a friend of mine. You probably heard him talk about this, Kyle Chase, so thank you very much for that, sir. Now it's had a nice big pullback. Now, obviously, when things go up really fast, people come in, take some profit. You know, anyone who bought down here was probably like, holy crap, it went up so much, and they took some profit, and then obviously the price came back down. There is still almost $1 million liquidity, and you know, I don't think this will be just done really quick, pump and dump. So it could be an opportunity to buy in. It also could be an opportunity for you to lose all your money. So I'm always being honest with you guys. I like to try to give you those opportunities where you can make like a 20x or 30x or 100x, but these are the really high risk plays, which could have either a massive fail and lose you money, or it can make you money. Now let's continue on to Nyan. Now you've heard me talk about Nyan since way back here, right? Talked about it. It had a huge pump, came kind of down. Everyone was sad. Then it pumped again. Then everyone was happy. Then it dumped again. Then it was sad. Then everyone was pumped again. Then it dumped again. Then it started ripping, right? Like meme season came in. We're at January, and then, you know, things started really going, and it did like a 400%, 800% from the bottom. Really nice move. Now, obviously, Cap memes are in right now. There's a lot of liquidity in this one. It's 775K. It's only got a $5.89 million market cap. So for this to go like 10x, if we compare it to the Jensens or the Longs and other projects like that, to go to 40 million market cap, I think could actually happen very easily. So there's a really good opportunity to make a quick buck, potentially. Obviously, it went up high. It's already down. It already came back down a lot from the top, around 50%. It's had like the normal 50% retrace level. And if it breaks up, it could go much higher. So watch out for Nyan there. Next one up is CoachKLife. Now, this is one of my friends who started this project. It's very high risk as well, but they are a DAO. So as you guys know how DAOs work, you get an NFT, it becomes your membership, you can invest in the projects, they also have a token connected to it. It is a super low market cap. We compare a DAO like CoachKLife to paid, for example. Now it's a launchpad, a little bit different, but we compare the two. This could go to 100x without even trying if they get it right. Now, the big if is if they get it right. So BART is a project which started out of complete meme. It's had a lot of stuff being built around it. They have one of the guys who is I think the owner of the Camelot Castle in England. He's involved. So there's some really interesting stuff, and you may have heard of me talk about this once or twice in the past. But BART is about to break out. Why it's about to break out to go to all-time high and beyond is mainly because they have a casino being built around this whole thing, and it's a very meme project. And I think people like it because of that, the whole reptilian side, the whole idea of like the world being in chaos. So it's kind of like a very, they have guys like Alex Jones, for example, who come on and did like live spaces with these guys as well. So it's very conspiracy theory focused, but as you guys know in the world right now, people like that kind of stuff. Moving on to Kendu. This one's been kind of like bouncing up and down, but as the bounce up and down has been happening, it's been doing extremely well. It's had a huge pullback recently, and that might mean that it's over. But the guys behind this project, this came from a very legit source, actually a fund manager that I know. And he told me that these guys usually do like $40, $50 million market caps. Now, if it's only 6, there could be good opportunities here. Again, it's on a pullback, which is usually the better time to buy than on the pull up. So, you know, it's like, you know, pulling out sometimes is good. And then, you know, and then you can go back in, right? So this is what we like to do in many different ways in life. And so that's something that we should all focus on. Next up is Chart AI. Now, this is a really cool piece of tech. I'm gonna show you actually why. So let's say you have a chart here, you don't really know how to do technical analysis. They have this really cool tool called Chart AI. You can download that very easily. What it will do is actually analyze the actual chart that you have put up. And it will tell you a full technical analysis of the chart. It will even give you what the TA is. So as you can see right here, it's slowly giving me a trend analysis, a volume-based analysis, support and resistance levels, price action and potential trading strategy that I can use. So my entry could be around 0.005272 if the price shows a bullish reversal, take profit around 0.15, and at the maximum 0.1926. And stop loss below 0.00500. So it actually gives you technical analysis, and it does it for free. And that's all the technicals right from here. So your stop loss would be below here, which would be basically that level right here, which is the last level support. And you'd be taking profit kind of at the top over here. So you'd be entering, if it breaks up, you'd be entering and looking for these levels anywhere from 1.5 to 1.8. So it actually does TA for you if you don't know anything about TA, and it gives you some price perspectives and things like that using AI. I think it's a really cool tool. It's a little bit less degenerate because they have real tech behind it, but it's one of the ones I want to splash in there just to give you something a little bit less degenerate in the video, a little bit more value add, because if you don't know how to trade or you do use technical analysis, this could actually give you a little bit of a extra set of eyes, I guess, without actually having to look at it. And now we're gonna move over to the sponsored section of the video. All right, so a project that I found recently is called Nexus. It's trending on here, and this is why I found it. Now, this is a promotional video, so I'm gonna give you my complete, honest opinion. This is a paid for promotional content. Now, there's good and bad to everything, so I'm gonna give you both the good and the bad. So going onto their website, so there's definitely positives and negatives. So I'm gonna give you the positives first. Potazar, it's very fast scaling solution for layer 2. It has a 0.04 second block time. Its finality is 2 seconds, so you don't have to wait a long time. It's 4 cents per transaction, meaning that it's not very expensive to do anything on the chain. If you want to pay more money, you can jump the queue of the line. So if, let's say, you want to pay $1 instead of 4 cents to be able to get in first, or $10 to get in first on a new meme coin, you can do that. The nice side is when you do that with Ethereum right now, it's going to cost you $1,000 to get first. So there is definitely some benefits to this chain. It uses its own token for gas, which is great. And it's going to build, the same thing every other chain's building, right? The layer 2s all build their own NFT marketplace, their own DEX, their own DeFi protocols, etc. And you can also use any coin to pay in gas as well. Like if you want to pay USDC or USDT, you can do that as well. So there are definitely pros to this. And why it's in the degenerate side is because it's super low cap. And it's almost like this project could either blow up because it's something that makes things a little bit faster and cheaper, or it's kind of similar and the same as a lot of the other chains that have bots that can let you jump the queue and do that. So my honest opinion is that it is still something that is degenerate, is because we're looking at the market cap, right? With a market cap of 18 mil, if this thing even pops off, it could go 10x from here, and it could go much higher if it gets massively accepted. Now, they have a buy and sell tax of 5%, so that could be seen as a very negative thing. But if they go with what they said they're gonna do with having developer grants so people can build on chain, this could give them a little extra capital to be able to push towards new developments that are happening on chain. All right, so the team actually sent me this article, so I want to just add this part in that they explain a lot more about what they're doing, and they literally did it right as I finished the video. So I just wanted to kind of add this piece and segue in that it goes over exactly what account abstraction is, talks about the fees, how their blockchain operates, what the transactions are like, the computational power, etc., and what their layer 2 scaling solution actually is. So, I'll just go over this, and I'm not going to read it for you. I'll leave this in the link at the bottom of the video. But as we know, this is not a guarantee. You should do your own research. Obviously, layer 2s, layer 1s are popping up a lot of places. Seems like so far when we look at the project that it's been doing quite well, and we can see that actually on the chart right here. So it's done quite well, and I think that, obviously with the low market cap, there's a good opportunity here, but please do your research. Of course, a very low market cap coin can go very high. It also can, not be adopted very easily as well. And if there's anything else that you would like me to look into, let me know in the comments below.